We at 1C Company and Shift 101, together with our international and local partners, are excited to bring you our first ever IT series.
For our part 1, we'll get to know more about 1C Enterprise Platform. 1C Enterprise is a universal cloud and on-premise system of programs for automating a company's financial and wider operational activities. During the IT series, we will have a deeper understanding of the platform and its functionalities.
Of my Money app using desktop and mobile version. Other apps that I developed in 1C Skills Camp 2021 are Sojak Sign, my 1CA record version 1 and version 2, and my final project for SOS Retail Store desktop and mobile version.
1C Skills Camp is a series of free trainings and skills competition for IT students and professional developers.
OneC Skills Camp is here to help you take the first step as a developer using OneC Enterprise. During the camp, you will learn to create web, desktop, and mobile business applications. As you progress with your study, you will build your own app that can handle typical business needs.
Welcome to hashtag 1C Enterprise, gearing up for 1C Skills Camp 2022 Part 1.
Be a leader. Your best skills matter.
We at 1C Company and Shift 101, together with our international and local partners, are excited to bring you our first ever IT series. The objective of the series is to prepare you, our participants, in the next edition of 1C Skills Camp. Last week, we had our orientation wherein we discussed the parts of the IT series. We had an overview of Part 1, 1C Company and 1C Enterprise. Part 2, using 1C Enterprise training version. Part 3, dealing with 1C Enterprise license version. And Part 4, details of 1C Skills Camp 2022. For today, we are honored to have our 1C team to give us an in-depth understanding of the platform by our 1C Skills Camp project manager, Eugene. Also, Tony, our chief mentor and course developer, will give us a demonstration of the actual development using 1C platform. We hope that you will enjoy our topic today. Once again, welcome, and we look forward to having you until 1C Skills Camp 2022. Let's all learn, develop, improve the world, and show that hashtag skills matter.
To give us an in-depth understanding of the 1C Enterprise platform, here is Eugene, the head of the Department of International Promotion of the 1C platform.
Good day, colleagues. Thank you for participating in our webinar. My name is Eugene Leshenko, and I am from 1C Company, and I am responsible for international promotion of the 1C Enterprise platform and educational activities for 1C developers. And to begin with, I would like to say a few words about 1C Company. For developers from Russia, it's one of the most well-known IT companies because more than 1.5 million companies are already automated on 1C products, and more than 5 million users work in our software. And also there are more than 300,000 programmers who develop on the 1C platform. But in recent years, 1C has focused not only on the domestic market of Russia and neighboring countries, but also on the global area, and We included in various ratings of large consulting agencies such as Gartner and Boston Consulting Groups, or for example G2. And 1C platform is activated in more than 100 countries, and 1C partner network is present in 50 countries. And working in the international area, of course, we try to follow global trends in IT, in software development, and especially with regard to business application development. And realities are such that in our modern world, change takes place as quickly as possible. And the most striking example is the COVID-19 pandemic, when companies had to instantly change their business processes, restructure the work of their employees, and organize digital processes according to new realities. And this imposes certain requirements on platform for business application development, which must ensure the speed of development, software flexibility, and of course budgets, which is especially important for developing countries. And this is also confirmed by forecasts of the world consulting agencies, which introduce the term low-code and estimates growth of platform for developing application on low-code in the coming years. Low-code development platforms incorporate development tools right into the platform, like form templates, tool creation wizard, automatic database integration, and table generation allow developer to focus on business logic instead of code. And these approaches are also used in the 1C enterprise platform, which provides the developer with a ready-made set of tools and objects out of the box. And this can be used in developing business applications. And at the corporate level, it also simplifies and reduces the cost of further system support. Platform developers, they use a simple type system for database interactions, for business logic implementations, and for designing UI solution. And the key platform feature is the sufficiency of its tools for building applied solutions that solve typical business tasks. It gives a deep synergy between all platform development tools and technologies. And it is important to note that the stack of technologies embedded in the platform is constantly being supplemented, and therefore applications running on the platform receive a new functionality with new versions of the platform, for example, mobile client or collaboration system, and others. Perhaps the most complex IT solutions built in 1C platform for enterprise is 1C ERP. For global market, we have special 1C ERP World Edition. These powerful and flexible solutions to help companies meet the challenge of today's business, achieve transparency, and grow faster, even in the day of changing business requirements. And of course, it's powered by 1C platform, integrate to existing unique company processes with no need to make change to them. And the key feature of the solutions is the flexibility on the one hand and unification on the other hand, because the solutions is fully developed on the 1C platform, and like the desktop interface, web interface, and mobile interface of these solutions used in the same development patterns, programming language, same interface, and so on. 1C platform also makes it easy to scale the solutions from scratch from a small enterprise with a few users to large enterprise projects where the number of users can be measured in tens of thousands. Also, thanks to the 1C platform, ERP solutions can be flexible customized to the current needs of the enterprise, because each large enterprise have unique business processes, which means it will be very difficult to implement simple solutions out of the box. There are advantages lead to the fact that the total cost of implementations and further ownership of the information system is much cheaper than similar solutions. Now on this screen presents the largest process automation project on the 1C platform of the enterprise. And we see that the largest projects, such as Russian Post, include more than 40,000 automated places. And as I said earlier, the huge advantage of the platform is to provide technology to scale. For example, you have developed a desktop application for few users, but company began to grow rapidly, and within a few years there may be a need to increase the number of workplace and the ways to access to this information system. And this solved by the built-in tools in the 1C platform, which can work with server databases, which allow you to publish your solution on the web or easily adapt in the interface for mobile application. And platform provides out-of-the-box web client, mobile client, thin client, and also allow the client applications to work on Windows, macOS, Linux. And I think you will agree that when developing classical programming language, will be quite problematic, but here this feature is solved by platform. And now I'll describe you a little more about 1C programming language. This is special language built into the 1C enterprise platform, and it is designed for faster implementations of applied business tasks. It belongs to business-oriented domain-specific language type, and yes, it will take you a little time to learn it, but those who have already programmed in the other object-oriented language, it will be able to master it very quickly. In the next part of our webinar, after me, our trainer will show by example how development on the 1C enterprise platform looks like, and you'll see for yourself. And in general, development of digital technologies and accelerations of business automation requires more IT specialists. But personnel is number one bottleneck in IT, because IT skills are very demanding and very competitive, and both in innovative startups and profitable, well-established corporations. And for example, in Russia, most demanded specialty is a developer of business applications, and among of them, first place occupied by the 1C developer. And that's why 1C company pays great attention to the educational and training of young specialists, and traditionally cooperates with a lot of various educational institutions. And we set a goal to train young developers who in a short period of time will be able to learn how to develop a business application. And to do this, we launched the 1C Skills Camp, where young students with no experience in development began to study 1C enterprise platform and our approaches to building business application in practice. And I would like to invite partners and educational institutions to participate in SkillsCamp 2022 or other our educational events, please. And I would like to invite partners, educational institutions to participate in our SkillsCamp 2022. That's all for me. Thank you very much. And let me remind you, the next presentations we'll see. I would like to invite partners, educational institutions to participate in SkillsCamp 2022. And that's all for me. Thank you very much. And let me remind you, in the next presentations, you will see how to develop on the OneC platform using a practical example. Stay tuned.
To stay ahead of the competition, successful companies bet on custom-built applications that easily adapt to rapid change. Software development is moving away from cumbersome one-size-fits-all monoliths towards customized solutions built using ready-made blocks and toolkits. Rapidly building out high-quality custom IT systems is a challenge. How can you combine speed, flexibility, and robust features that meet the client's business needs? With OneC Enterprise. The OneC Enterprise platform was created to meet the demands of the coming decade. Thanks to a wide range of innovative tools, applications created with OneC Enterprise can automate a vast spectrum of business tasks and quickly adapt to changing processes. OneC Enterprise applications work in the cloud, on all major desktop and mobile operating systems, scale from 1 to thousands of users, and adapt on the fly. Developers can create their own applications, adapt third-party ones, and integrate with applications created outside OneC. High-speed development is enabled by a predetermined data structure oriented towards performing business tasks, combined with a low-code development environment which uses visual editing for a wide range of development cases. All code-based development is done using a high-level domain-specific language in a conceptual model that closely approximates business processes. Most routine development tasks are performed by the platform automatically, so developers can focus on implementing business logic. This allows developers to build corporate systems that precisely match their clients' needs. Data access control is built in at the platform level. Permissions are configured for every object created. Development can be carried out without access to the client's database. Visual development, easy integration of new and existing solutions. These and other tools significantly reduce the time needed to develop corporate-scale business solutions. Over 1.5 million businesses and organizations use OneC Enterprise-based software, with 7,000 partners creating, implementing, and supporting solutions created on the OneC Enterprise platform. Join a massive developer community. Start creating and implementing your own business applications with OneC Enterprise.
Here are our first set of frequently asked questions for OneC Skills Camp. Who can participate in OneC Skills Camp? The camp will be good for IT students, beginner, and professional developers who speak English and have some experience with programming languages like Java, C#, Ruby, and etc.
What are the long-term benefits for participants? Aside from cash prizes, international certificates, and job opportunities, participants will have the chance to join WorldSkills Asia and University Skills in Russia. Students will have role as competitors and professional as experts. These credentials will be very useful in future endeavors.
Why does it take 5 months to finish the camp? First, the main objective is to build a community app. We all know that developing apps will take some time. Second, the stages. We will have the basic training, advanced training, application development, and finally, the skills competition. Just like any other competition, you really need to prepare to win. Third, Another objective of the camp is to produce 1C full stack developers. In order to achieve that objective, one must undergo rigid training. See you next week for another set of frequently asked questions.
To show us a demonstration on 1C platform development, here is Tony, our chief mentor and course developer from 1C Company.
Hello everyone, my name is Tony and I'm a Chief Learning Manager in 1C. Now I'm going to show you in a short period of time what we can do using the 1C Enterprise platform. We can say a lot about why do we need this platform, but first of all we need it for business application development. And that is what we are going to do. First of all, we create a new info base where all the data and the configuration will be stored. In other platforms we use databases, backend and frontend utilities separately, but in 1C we have everything in one unique info base. Launch the designer mode to start developing. After that I give a name for my application. Because we owe the store, we need to sell something. That's why we create a catalog named Products. After we create this catalog, we can see that it has appeared in the 1C Enterprise or user mode, but it is very simple by default. Here it is. So let's upgrade it. First of all, we create an enumeration to define if our product is service or not. We use enumerations to store values like flags that can be changed by user, so they are predefined. Then let's create an additional catalog to store brands of our products. For now we don't need any additional attributes for this brands catalog. Now back to the products catalog. We add two attributes for this catalog of reference type, so the data will be taken from the brands catalog and is service enumeration. We also add hierarchy for more comfortable navigation in our catalog. We choose the folder and item hierarchy. It is more common and looks like files and folders. We can put as many files and folders in one folder, and the folder itself can't perform any actions. And if we would use item hierarchy, each item could consist of more items and be like folder and item at the same moment, just like this. As you can see, our Super PC item can be a folder for other products, and at the same time it is an item itself. Let's go to the 1C Enterprise mode and fill our catalog with data. First of all, we change the view mode for our hierarchy. I prefer 3 personally. Now we start with creating 2 folders computer parts and services. Each folder will be a parent for the item or folder inside. Let's create some products and fill them with data. We start with a super video card. And when we try to fill the brand field, we see that there are no created items for this brand's catalog. But we can do it right here. Here is our first product. Click Save and Close and repeat. Now to the services. The next thing we want to do is to check the brand's catalog. As you can see, we didn't create anything directly here, but we have done it through the products catalog, so all data is available. We close the 1C Enterprise mode and continue with the designer. So, to sell something you need to have it, and if you want to have something you need to buy it. That's why we create two documents, sales and purchases. Documents, in fact, are maybe the most important objects in the 1C Enterprise, because any action inside your company has to be executed using documents. Anything, selling something, hiring new employee, or any other stuff that affects the life of the company. We start with the document sales. We create an attribute total for the total sum of the document calculation, and also we have a tabular section for all the products we want to sell in one operation. Let's check it in the 1C Enterprise mode. This could be the first our official sale, but actually we have three issues. The manual calculation of the total is uncomfortable, and this document does not save any data yet. It needs a place to save data. We also have no products bought yet, so we have to purchase some first. We don't save the doc and return to the designer. Because the purchases and sales documents are actually the same structure, we simply clone and rename the sales document. Now to the automatic calculation of the total sum. First we create the manual form. Forms are made for the user to make a connection between them and the database. We go to the document sales and create a document form manually. Here it is. For now, it's just a copy of the default platform-generated form. What we're going to make some upgrades. We add a new command, total calculation, and add it to a form as a button. After that, we create a handler for the command, so we start coding. I have already prepared the code, so let's discuss it. OneC Enterprise uses its own programming language, OneC Script. It is very similar to any other programming language and it is very clear. Here we call the form attribute total, and set it to 0 just to renew it before each total calculation. Then we iterate through the tabular section using the for each do loop and just calculate what we need. Let's go to OneC Enterprise and see what we have done. First, we can purchase anything using the purchase document. And then in the sales document, the automatic calculation works. The last thing is that our data can be saved anywhere yet. That's why we return to the designer and create a new accumulation register. Registers can store a big amount of information broken by some parameters. So let's create a register that will show how many products do we have in stock. So we have the dimension product of catalog ref products type. Just because that is the thing we want to track, and the resource is its quantity. That is the thing we are tracking in our product's dimension. The next thing is to create a connection between our documents and the register. We want both our documents to post data into the register. We specify that both the docs are recorders, and then we move to the documents. Here we go to the posting page and call a wizard. We specify the dimensions and resources from the document. Notice that we use our tabular section and the matching fields are highlighted. Because it is the sales document and we sell the products, we specify the register record type as expense. And here is our posting procedure for the sales document. It was made by the wizard automatically, and this procedure saves all the data from the document to the register. The same thing we do with our purchases document. Except the register record type will be received because we obtain the products. Now we move to the OneC Enterprise to make some purchases and to sell some stuff. First of all, we purchase some computer parts. And then we make our first official sale. Now we want to check our records in the register. The register actually should not be visible for a user. The user has to obtain this data using reports only, but we can do it by clicking here, Functions for Technicians, and here are the records. The last thing is left is to create a report. We create a new report, inventory report, and use a data composition scheme to create a report almost automatically in no time. First of all, we need to tell the report where he can get the needed data. That's why we use query. Using the query wizard, the query script will be written automatically. We select the table from which we want to get the data, and then we select the fields or columns. And here is our query. In fact, for queries, OneC Enterprise uses its own query language. Simply to say, it is very similar with SQL, but more simplified. The next step is to tell the report of how we want to display the data for user. We create a new grouping and select the fields to show. And now we're ready to go. Let's move to the OneC Enterprise mode and observe our application. We have our products here. with hierarchy and specified brands and product types. We have our purchases here and sales here. At last, we can run the report to see how many products we are left. That's how we create our first 1C enterprise application. Indeed, there is a lot of work to do. We can upgrade user interface, add more functions, and so on. But for now, it is enough to show in such a short time what we can do using the 1C enterprise platform. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone! Once again, welcome to hashtag 1C Enterprise, gearing up for 1C Skills Camp 2022 Part 1. Next week, we will start with the actual training and usage of 1C Enterprise platform, beginning with the training version. And here are the things that we need to prepare. First, sign up in 1cskills.com. This is the same registration for 1C Skills Camp 2022. 1c-dn.com for the 1C Enterprise platform and its resources. skillshub.1c-dn.com. This is the online learning platform for the 1C Enterprise training courses. Notes: it is important to use one email address for your accounts on all the sites, and you may need to verify your account. Second, log in 1c-dn.com and download the training version of the 1C Enterprise platform. The latest version is 8.3.19.1229. Third, you are now ready to install the platform. Please email 1cskillscamp@gmail.com if you experience any difficulties both in downloading and installing the platform. Fourth, learn more about 1C Enterprise via 1c-dn.com/library and join the forum via 1c-dn.com/forum.
You and your friends and colleagues can still make it. Be a part of Gearing Up for 1C Skills Camp. Registration is until February 11, 2022.
Next week, the training will begin as we will start the actual app development using 1C Enterprise platform training version. That is on February 12, 2022, live via 1C Skills Camp Facebook page at these times. With a 1C Skills YouTube channel premiere at these times. Gearing up for 1C Skills Camp 2022. Register now!
Come on, you can be a winner. Come on.
Gearing up for 1C Skills Camp 2022. Register now.
Come on, you can be a winner. Come on.
1C Skills Camp is a series of free trainings and skills competitions for IT students and professional developers.
1C Skills Camp is presented and organized by 1C Company the largest software company in Russia, specializing in development of business applications.
And Shift 101, an IT digital wellness consultation and services company in the Philippines.
Together with our partners 1C Vietnam, WorldSkills Asia, 1C Forest Mongolia, Rise from South Africa, Sina from Colombia, and AJC Dev from Morocco.
This has been hashtag 1C Enterprise.
Gearing up for 1C Skills Camp 2022, Part 1.
Thank you very much.
Stay safe and healthy, everyone.
See you next week.
week.